Hi, this is Greg with Lionquestfitness. Before we talk about Burt Reynolds' concealed carry weapon, I want to talk about that scenario first. Talking about three people trying to rush you from an angle and the point man's trying to strike with a club. Now the technique itself is very simple, just a windmill, and you see something out of the corner of your eye, you block. Now knuckle the middle finger, ribs. All right, then strike to the face, strike to the sternum. Now the second one, a little bit different. You're going to deflect to the inside, strike to the face, strike to the sternum. Draw your weapon, which is unloaded, by the way. Two shots. The point man's still coming at you. Headshot. Now, for those of you who don't know who Burt Reynolds is, he was an action-adventure, muscular, athletic action-adventure star in the 70s, 80s, early 90s, and made a lot of different movies: Deliverance, The End, Gator, Smokey and the Bandit. But he has kind of faded out of popular memory, but a lot of us still remember Burt Reynolds. Now, Burt was a concealed weapons carrier. He also collected firearms, especially military firearms. But I found out in doing research on this video that Burt's carry weapon, instead of something nice like the Smith & Wesson Chief Special with the 3-inch barrel and the Altamont grips, Burt carried a cut-down Rossi. It's remarkable because this Rossi revolver, which aren't necessarily known for being the most outstanding revolvers, was very, very well worn. In fact, one of his last television shows was BL Stryker, where he played a retired police chief. And the holster he used for his gun in that series is what he kept it, and that's what he concealed carried. And he carried that gun, that Rossi, in that holster until he passed away in 2018. So why the Rossi? And a lot of people have wondered, was he just that cheap? Well, no, he was kind of a spendthrift, and he bought a lot of the props from BL Stryker, including a Smith & Wesson Model 10 with stag handle grips that had never been fired. So why the Rossi? Well, this is my speculation. Burt seemed to have a very a fondness for that show, BL Stryker. And I tend to think because his own father was a police chief, that he liked the idea of playing a retired police chief. It's very possibly that old Rossi might have been his dad's, or may have been a gift from his father. And that's why he carried it until the day he died. So what does that have to do with Mr. Holster, my late friend Scott Thorfinson? Well, I got to thinking about sentimental firearms. that mean a lot to me. Firearms that have been gifts, you know, from, there was a retired police captain who gave me his Glock 19, and that's a gun that I will never part with. And my friend Mr. Holster, he was a Burt Reynolds fan. He talked about Burt in some of his videos that he did on YouTube. But more important, Mr. Holster gave me this gun. This was his backup gun during his bodyguard days. And it's, once again, it's a 3-inch Chief Special, Model 36, made about 1982. And of course, I've got the Altamont grips on this gun. And I got to thinking, is there a firearm that means so much to me because of sentimental reasons that would be the gun that I would carry on into my later years and possibly become the only gun that I carry? And I got to thinking about this gun. Now, I'm not superstitious, nor am I pagan in my beliefs, but oftentimes when I've carried this gun, and it's almost like I can feel Scott right there beside me with that infectious laugh and that deprecating sense of humor. So if there was a gun that I carried till the end of my days, it's probably going to be this one. And you know, I've always had that thought in the back of my mind that, you know, that little nagging thought back there, that should I ever have to use a firearm, that this is the gun that might save my life one day. So anyway, this is Greg with Lionquestfitness. Stay tuned for the next installment where I actually have a Rossi revolver to shoot and talk about the unfortunate demise of the manufacturer of Rossi revolvers.